Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
Sometimes you don't know how good you had it until it's gone. And that's with number 30, who's not gone permanently, but short term, yes. Ray McCloud comes in number 30 on our roster countdown. And I don't know, walking away from training camp, walking away from the preseason, even after he got injured, there's several of these players that I'm just like, 30's too low. 30's too low. I think, 20s, 22, 23, that kind of is where he is. Now, when we voted on these things, I think it's a testament to this roster because last year he was 42, and he showed how vital a piece he could be for this team. And we'll jump into that. Shout out to Josh, the 49ers guru, for doing all the background research on this episode. Ray McCloud's a wide receiver, but his core piece value is as a returner, punt and kick returner. Wears jersey number 3, 5'9", 190. Smaller guy, more of a slot corner build, 30-inch arms, very short, 26 years old. He ran a 4.49 40-yard dash. He's not the burner that people associate with his body type. My favorite thing about him is just how he's north and south all the time. Doesn't waste side-to-side movements, and, it was funny. As soon as he got injured with the, broken wrist, we'll talk about his availability, and they put, Ronnie Bell, Danny Gray, Deshaun Jameson, all these different players back there returning punts and kickoffs. I was just like, I miss Ray McCloud. They're going sideways. The first thing they do is go sideways, and I'm just like, no, go straight, which – I think Ray is probably one of the best at. And so 6.89 3-cone. He is shifty. That's just not really his game. That's not where he wins. Entering into his 6th season, went to Clemson, had a lot of success there. We got a lot of Clemson guys on this team. He went to Sickies High School, the Griffins, and graduated Clemson with a health and science degree. Now, you go back and you kind of look at everything that he has accomplished. Again, tiny guy, but he's had to prove himself. And clutch performer, he was incredible at Clemson. And he chose Clemson over Alabama, Auburn, Florida. He had everything that he could have wanted as far as, college offers and whatever else. Once he got drafted in the 6th round by Buffalo in 2018, up and down career. It really didn't go well. It wasn't until, Buffalo moved on from him, they released him, Steelers pick him up, and then he started to show, all right, this dude belongs. And even for the Steelers, he got several starts because of injuries at the wide receiver position. Niners swoop in, they get him, and, just a lot of positives. Probably the number one play we all remember is the jet sweep, 71-yard sweep for a touchdown when Debo was out, but just so many positive returns. 49ers special teams has been trash since Shanahan showed up. Let's just be very, very honest. Last year, they finally switched special teams coordinators, and Schneider comes in and invests immediately in improving special teams, and it showed. Were they an above-average special teams? No, but they weren't bottom 5 like they have been forever. Everybody loves this dude, Ray McCloud. He's going into his last year of his deal, so he's got stuff to prove if the Niners want to keep him. They've kind of drafted to replace him. This is what they do. They get somebody relatively cheap off the bargain bin, show that they're a playmaker, then allow them to walk for a compensation pick return. They've got Danny Gray, who's also injured. They've got Ronnie Bell, who's flashed. They've got Deshaun Jameson, undrafted free agent. There's a lot of options there to eventually move into that role. But, man, I want Ray back so bad. I'm telling you right now, that very first punt return, week 1 against the Steelers, I'm going to be holding my breath. I'm going to be terrified without Ray back there, which is crazy to say. How he just proved how valuable he is to this team in such a short time. Again, remember, 42 last year on this countdown. Now he's 30, and I'm sitting there saying, even though he's injured and might miss a week or two, he should be higher than this. Now, if you look at what he's accomplished in his career, 78 career catches, 633 yards, 1 touchdown, it's whatever. Look what he did for us last year, right? He played 17 games. He had 2 starts when Debo was out, 14 catches, nothing too great there, but 17 yards per reception. And I'm going to be honest with you, at training camp, Ray McCloud was making plays with all 3 quarterbacks. And so not only is he your punt returner, kick returner, he's the number 4 wide receiver. And I know people are all Ronnie Bell, and I love Ronnie Bell. But you don't get the huge negatives that you do with Ronnie Bell in his rookie year as you will with Ray in his 6th year. He's a vet. So the drop passes, the interceptions, all that kind of stuff, you don't get that. And so, he had 4 rushes, 78 yards, and a touchdown. That's huge. 33 punt returns for 10.8 yards per return. That's 1 less first down the offense has to get every single time he returns a punt. 1 less first down. That's huge. 26 kick returns, average 23 yards per kickoff return. I wish a lot of those were touchbacks, but that's okay. If you tally up all of his touches last year, it's 77 touches. That's 5th most on the Niners. So he's getting the ball in his hands consistently, which I really, really like. You talk about snaps, 286 offensive snaps. He had 165 special team snaps. Dude's just a player. Now, the biggest area of weakness in his game, shout out to Josh for this one, a 47.4 run blocking grade. That's not good. Little man can't block very well. That doesn't mean he doesn't try, but that's the biggest issue out there. And so, again, who's his competition? Danny Gray, not known for elite run blocking. Ronnie Bell, not a good run blocker either. So having those young pups that are trying to take his job, you've got to excel in that area. And so far, it could change. That has not flashed for any of these guys. Really, really hasn't. So excited to get Ray McCloud. Look at that Freudian slip there. Excited to get Ray McCloud back healthy. He's saying he's going to be ready week 1 with the, broken wrist, but more than likely he makes the 53-man roster, immediately gets put on IR, then they bring back somebody that didn't make the 53. He sits out the first month of the season, then comes back in. And I can't wait for him to come back, period. I'm not too concerned about kick return. I like Deshaun Jameson if he makes the roster. No problems there. The punt return is huge. The 4th wide receiver is huge. And that's Ray McCloud. I'm excited to see what 3 can do in a contract year. I love betting on players as they bet on themselves, and he's just been such a cool teammate and such a fun player to kind of follow and develop and see how he develops. So excited for Ray this year. Go out there and make that money, big dog.